Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is cool. I knew he was. I think I forgot he was in Hawaii, though.
Yeah. Yeah. He's lived there for 10 years now. And you would never know because he could do things on his computer. I see his computer, he sees mine. And he runs my printer here in the office from his computer.
Wow, so that's nice. You're sitting there doing your work and all the printer fires up and starts spitting stuff out.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say the time difference makes a difference.
Exactly. And he calls me around 11 o'clock at night when he's got a question at 5 o'clock at his time. So
too funny.
But it works. It works very well, frankly. It gives me all day to set him up with work.
Sure.
He works later and when he's not scuba diving or something.
So is he an architect also?
He's not registered, but he's graduate architect. Yeah.
Very cool.
Went to Kent.
Okay.
Like all of us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah. So it's the beauty of the internet, I guess.
Amazing.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I'll tell you, these Zoom meetings have saved our bacon.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, it would have been really hard to get anything done.
Yeah.
Because we really couldn't meet, and we still can't really meet indoors that easily because we have too many people with the guests.
Right.
I still think we're at the 10 person limit.
I believe so. Yes, I don't recall seeing anything from the governor that changed.
Me either. So that's why we keep meeting this way. I think people kind of like it in some ways because they don't have to go anywhere.
Less stressful.
Although it's kind of confusing where you can meet in restaurants, there's more than 10 people in a restaurant, or a wedding can have more than 10 people, as long as there's social distancing. So there's so many mixed messages.
Well, they still haven't changed it for government. And the thing is, if we were in the community house doing social distancing and we have visitors, it becomes really a management challenge.
Right.
So I'm happy to do it if that would be what the majority of the community wanted and it were permitted under the new guidelines and laws.
Up to the community, I guess.
It's okay. They're in the cupboard when you get ready to have your using them now. I put them away already.
We are live streaming, as you probably see on your screen, but I just wanted to remind you all we are really streaming live now.
Hey, Jane.
Hello, Sandra. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
Todd.
Okay, we're just missing Todd and the mayor and Chris.
Okay, Todd's coming in. Dick, I'm going to go ahead and mute you.
There's Todd. Dave.
Do you know if Chris is coming?
Yeah, I saw him earlier this afternoon. He was
Okay.
picking it up.
Well, he's got 1 minute.
Hello, Pat. How are you?
I have him muted. Karen's coming in.
Oh, good. Hi, Karen.
How are you? How's everybody?
Great. It's a little humid. You could work on that.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
All right. Well, we're still missing Scott.
Scott and Chris, but
Well, Chris, we can do without, but Scott, I'd like to have.
Somebody maybe call him. What time is it exactly?
It's exactly 5 o'clock. Somebody's coming.
It's Cliff, one of the residents.
Mm-hmm.
Scott's logging in now.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Karen.
All right, so once we get,
And Chris is coming now.
oh, Chris is coming on, good. Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, Chris, you're always somewhere crazy. And where is
Hello.
that?
What's that?
Where are you?
Tatooine, if you're a Star Wars fan.
I bet you're in Macedonia or Highland Heights.
I am in Cuyahoga Falls where I
Yeah,
live.
Highland Heights, you know, there's a
You're
lot of
one-
construction.
You're one
going
address
on.
behind. There you go. I'll do my rain garden. How about that?
Oh, that's good. It's all good.
Hey, Mark, can we call you back in?
All right, is Scott dialing in or no? No? Okay.
Not
I'm
here.
gonna call the meeting to order. If he comes in, he comes in.
Okay.
First thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the regular Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of Tuesday, August 1st, 2020. Do I have a motion? Or any comments?
Actually, Nancy, I just have one under section 4, paragraph 3. It's Mr. Brewster, it should be Mrs. on page 2.
Should be what? I'm sorry.
It should be Mrs. Brewster. It says
Oh.
Mr.
You have Mr. Brewster and Mrs. Brewster.
Oh, I see. Okay. So it should be Mrs.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that section 4, that third paragraph down on page 2.
Yep.
Other than that, move to approve.
Second,
Mrs. Sog,
Yes.
Mrs. Burke,
yes.
Mrs. Hamilton,
Yes.
Mr. Steinbrink,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner.
Yes.
Okay, number 2, boundary realignment for the Perino property at 7853 Brigham Road. Pat Perino, owner. Are we ready?
Yep. Pat, you want to take yourself off mute and maybe explain it a little bit?
Oh, there's Scott. Jean, do you have Pat on mute? We lost
Dean's
Jean.
on mute there.
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm trying to unmute.
I'm
Pat,
on,
but
I'm on.
There we go.
He got it.
Yeah, we sold the main house, which is 710 County Line, the Loop residence. We're selling, and he didn't want all the property, so I could use the property on my land. So what we did is we just gave him the 5 acres he needs as the minimum for his land, and I took the other land and attached it to mine, which was right next door.
Any questions?
So is that just carving out basically, what's that, 9/10 of an acre?
It carved out, I think, almost 2 acres. It carved out. There was like 7 acres to the Loop residence that was left out of the 45 when we originally carved it out. And then he didn't want all that property. So, but he wanted there's like a garage on the Loop side. So he wanted that garage, which was like a log cabin garage. And then there was a greenhouse. We're taking the greenhouse down because That doesn't give us the 50 feet that we need. So that's coming down as we speak. And I took over the land to my house, which let me see if I can blow this up on my computer so I can see what, I think it's on there, on the sheet that we gave you with the land, how many square feet, how many, let me go up to my screen because I got it on the computer screen. So my lot would be 7.6 acres now.
And the other one is 6. Okay.
Yeah, this lot would almost be 6, 5.9.
Seems straightforward enough. I'll make a motion to approve the boundary realignment.
Second.
Thank you. Dave?
Mrs. Stog,
Yes.
Mrs. Burke,
Yes.
Mr. Broom,
Yes.
Mrs. Hamilton,
Yes.
Mr. Steinbrink,
Yes.
Mrs. Turner.
Yes.
You're all set, Pat? Well done.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank
just so
you.
you know, you'll need to have Aztec submitted to the county for review, address any county comments, and then once it's done, we need to get the Mylar at the village, and then we'll get it signed and have it recorded.
Yeah, he's already done that, and I think they've already,
Okay.
they've already gotten back to him, so we did that.
Okay.
As well as when we did this.
Then we
And
need
then
for you to sign it and have it signed by all the owners, and then bring it up to Village Hall for signature and recording.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Awesome.
Matt,
I
have you sold
appreciate
any
it.
additional lots?
Yeah, we sold another lot, will be coming in Thursday for a house to build, and we have a potential another lot for a customer. He's went to, I built his house in Pepper Pike about 5 years ago, and he's thinking about coming over, and we're hoping he does. So we're crossing our fingers that he's coming over. So
That's exciting.
other one, yeah, I'd be really excited. We started the big house too on Brigham. That's going to be really like 9,000 square feet, and it's gonna be impressive. So-
That's the one where they're cutting the driveway now, Pat?
Yeah, that's the one that they're cutting the driveway in now.
All right.
So we're starting that now.
Good.
Okay.
Well, we
Hey,
wish you well.
well, thank you very much. It's been great. So
Good.
Thanks, Pat.
We're excited about the way it's unfolding.
good, awesome. I'm glad you are. Well, thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, now I'd like to have a motion to adjourn the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission and convene a meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals.
So move.
Do I have a second?
Hold on, I was writing. Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
Pat.
Scott?
Emily, second.
I'm sorry, who?
Emily?
Emily. Thank you. Sorry. Mrs. Sog?
Yes.
Mrs. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Broom?
Yes.
Mrs. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Steinbrink?
Yes.
Mrs. Turner?
Yes.
Okay, number 4 is our detached accessory structure side yard setback variance request for the Baggett residence at 1590 County Line Road. Richard Kowalik is the architect and is going to present. I just wanted to ask Cliff what took him so long to do this. I remember when he bought that house.
Oops, he's got to unmute.
Gotta unmute, Cliff.
It's okay.
Well, I can't speak for Cliff either, but we've been doing other things. If I may go ahead now. My name is Dick Kowalik, architect for Cliff and Carol Baggett, and they are desiring to build a pool on their property to entice their grandchildren to come visit more often. And we'd like to also build a pool house with that, which would contain a bathroom, sitting area, and a small dining area. We'd like to put the pool house on the north side of the pool, obviously, to avoid shading it. I'm not sure if everyone has seen the material that we sent forward, the site plan and everything.
I
Yes.
think we have it.
Okay, good. So if you have those materials, you'll see that if you look at the topo, there's really only one good place to put this pool and pool house. We have, as you can see on the topography, we have a drainage swale that runs through the middle of the backyard. And we have a flowing stream that is on the southern border of the property, and also on the western border of the property. And then to compound things, we have a septic system that is in the backyard, which kind of forces our pool and pool house closer to the property line, to the north property line, which is at least a high ground on the property. So we'll be out of the waterway and out of any drainage issues. But it does kind of push us closer to that property line. I will point out that the neighbor has no objection whatsoever to our doing this. The neighbor is Mr. Gale, Bob Gale, and he is, his house is several, I believe, 100 or so feet away from, 157 feet away from where we would propose it. And actually, he is going to be tearing that house down when he builds his new house closer to Old Mill.
Wow.
So this is only temporary anyway. And in addition, our proposed pool house would be about 813 feet from County Line Road. So it is way far from any roads. It's in a very wooded rural area, as you can see, and the variance would not be objectionable to anyone, and it would be imperceptible, frankly. There is virtually no other place that we could put this pool and keep it on high ground, and unless you want to cross a bridge, move a septic system, or and tear open the woods to the west of here. So we are asking for the variance. I think I have filled out the sheet that lists the various criteria, and I could read that if you would like, or you should have a copy of that yourself.
Got a copy of it. Hey, Mr. Baggett, when did you buy the house?
1986.
Okay. And Todd, do you remember when we changed, because in 86, was it a 25-foot setback?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Oh, didn't we change it in like 89?
Right. So this might have been, they might have bought it before the increase in the setback. Just a question.
Okay. A good one.
All right. Okay. I don't have any questions. I mean, I look at it and you can see the swale. I mean, these topo maps always copy tough, but it looks like there's about a foot, 1 or 2 foot deep swale that runs north and south on the property there through the middle.
Right. From runs toward the west, towards that stream that is girdling the property.
Yeah.
And if you can see where that says there's an existing bridge, it's actually a small footbridge.
Okay. Yeah. And even though there's a chance, I mean, theoretically, it might be possible to throw it right behind the house. That's going to interrupt that drainage and put stuff in the pool. And the west end of that's going to be hanging right on the edge. Right. In order to do that, it would be hanging, I mean, immediately on the edge.
Exactly. This is a fairly flat portion of the property. We nonetheless still have to build it up 3 feet or have a 3-foot retaining wall on the edge of the pool just to get it where it is. And as you can see, the septic occupies a large part of the yard. And we're trying to stay 16 feet away from it. As you know, that's risky. So it's a good septic system. It's working fine. We don't want to mess with it if we can avoid it.
Todd, I have one other question. Since Craig is an adjoining property owner, does he have to recuse himself?
That would probably be wise. He's certainly within the zone.
Thank you. Sorry,
I
Craig.
You.
I can, and I can make a comment that between where my house is at and where Cliff's house is at, there's probably 12 to 14 feet of drop.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I think they've done a good job finding a flat spot in the property to put the pool in.
So you have to build a stairway to get to the pool?
Oh, no, I already talked to Cliff about my pool pass. We're first on the list.
Uh-oh.
We're selling memberships.
Now you are recused.
Property owners.
It's a good thing I asked about recusing you.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions? Madam Chairman, may I?
Please do, Scott.
All right, we are considering an area variance. It's a side setback variance for the property located at 1590 County Line Road. The applicant is Cliff Baggett. And he wants to build a pool and a pool house on the only flat parcel of land really that's available, that is in the rear yard of the house. So we discussed quickly whether the property question will or will not yield a reasonable return, and there can or cannot be beneficial use of the property without a variance because, well, certainly there can be beneficial use of the property. He wants to add the pool. Clearly he's been living in the house for quite some time now. But as far as adding the pool, there's really only two possible locations. One provides significant challenges. This one seems to be the best of the bunch here, the two options. So while he can live in the house and use it as a residence, in order to construct this, the spot that they're seeking to put it that requires the variance is really the only spot they can feasibly put it there. The variance is substantial or insubstantial because, so it's a 50% variance. If we're measuring it by percentage, it's fairly substantial. It would be 1% less than the majority of the setback. However, in the spot where this is located, this is a side yard up against a rear yard, and so the houses are significantly separated, and it doesn't encroach really on the neighbor's view or their enjoyment of their property. The neighbor has indicated that they have no objection to it. So it's sort of a unique situation where we have a side, a side yard against a rear yard. So that factor is probably neutral, not favoring the property owner. The essential character of the neighborhood would not be substantially altered. Here, definitely not. I believe, Dick, you said we're 813 feet off the road. No one's going to see it from the road. No one's going to see it from Old Mill because it is a side yard to a rear yard setback, and it's heavily wooded. The variance would or would not affect the delivery of governmental services. That's in the applicant's favor. The applicant purchased the property with or without knowledge of the zoning restriction. So there, Mr. Baggett purchased the property prior to the implementation of the 40-foot setback, side yard setback. It was 25 at the time he purchased it. Now, I think that might be a case where it leans in favor of the applicant. Number 6 is the important one. The applicant's predicament feasibly cannot be resolved through some other method other than a variance. And here, there's just really no place to put it feasibly. I mean, they could move the septic, they could build up a retaining wall, but all those things are not feasible to do given what they're looking to do here. I suppose if Cliff were Bill Gates or somebody, everything's feasible, but it's just not feasible here to do. The most practicable and most useful and most feasible spot is the spot they've chosen. The spirit and intent of the zoning requirement would or would not be observed, substantial justice done or not done by granting the variance. So here again, because of the unique nature of the side yard to rear yard configuration and the neighbors that have the rear yard that abuts the side yard, they have no objection to this. It's really not going to be able to be seen by anybody. Really, that's the purpose of the setback rules, is to make sure that we don't infringe on our neighbors with the things that we're building. And here the neighbors have no objection. And due to the unique circumstances, there is really no infringement at all. So I think on balance, the factors weigh in favor of the applicant here and in favor of the variance. So, so I would move that we grant a 20-foot variance on the side setback. Am I correct on that, Dave, Todd?
Yes.
Right.
I would also add, Mr. Broom, you asked the question of when that new provision was put into place, and it appears it was the year 2000.
1,000.
Wow.
2000, yes.
So they purchased the property significantly before the year that went into place. So I would move that we approve a side setback variance for the north property line of 20 feet to accommodate pool and pool house structure.
I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Emily.
Mrs. Sog,
Yes.
Mrs. Burke,
Yes.
Mr. Broom,
Yes.
Mrs. Hamilton,
Yes.
Mr. Steinbrink,
Abstain.
Nope. Yeah, he has to abstain.
Mrs. Turner.
I think
Okay.
that completes our meeting. Thank you all for coming.
Wait, did we get
And,
Sandra's vote?
Yes.
Did we vote? Sorry, we voted.
Yeah.
So I think we're concluded.
Well, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
If I'm
All right,
unmuted.
thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
Bye.
Bye now.
Everybody have a good evening.
Okay. Hey,
Thanks.
Jane.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, can you send me the email with the link to sbroom@broomlpa.com? I'll send you an email now. It's the one I sent about the toner, because I had to type in the whole thing into my browser, the whole chain.
Okay. The link is always on the website too.
Okay.
Just in case you ever have to, you can just click on the meeting and just click the link there from the meeting.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
send me an email and I'll be happy to do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.